The moon was a bright sliver in the dark night sky. It cast a gentle silver light over the deep woods. A lone figure moved through the trees. He was a ninja, a silent protector who lived among the ancient oaks and whispering pines. He wore a dark suit that blended perfectly with the shadows, making him nearly invisible to the world below. His movements were swift and sure, a testament to years of training and discipline. He leaped from one high branch to another, his feet barely making a sound as they touched the rough bark. The forest was his home, a vast kingdom of leaves and secrets, and he was its watchful guardian, always alert, always listening to the quiet symphony of the night. He paused on a thick branch overlooking the nearby village. The small houses were clustered together, their windows glowing with warm yellow light. Smoke curled from the chimneys, rising like thin ghosts into the cool air. The ninja watched over these people every night. He knew their routines, their joys, and their simple lives. He did not know them by name, but he felt a deep connection to their peaceful existence. His purpose was tied to their safety, a silent promise he had made to himself long ago. He was a shadow, a whisper in the wind, but his dedication was as strong and steady as the oldest tree in the forest. From his high perch, the ninja could see everything. He saw children's toys left in a yard, a baker closing his shop for the night, and lanterns being lit along the main path. These simple scenes filled him with a quiet sense of peace. He felt a responsibility to protect this tranquility, to ensure that the villagers could sleep soundly without fear. He was their unseen shield, a solitary warrior who asked for nothing in return. The night was his ally, the trees were his pathways, and the wind carried his silent vow to keep the village safe from any harm that might lurk in the darkness beyond. As the hours passed, the ninja continued his silent patrol. He moved with the grace of a forest cat, his senses sharp and aware of every rustle of leaves and every snap of a twig. He was a part of the forest, moving in harmony with its natural rhythms. He was not just a man in the woods, he was an extension of the woods themselves, a living shadow dedicated to a single, noble cause. The villagers below slept, unaware of the vigilant protector who watched over them from the canopy above, his heart steady and his spirit committed to his silent, lonely duty. Suddenly, a strange and terrible sound broke the night's calm. It was a low growl, a chilling noise that did not belong to any animal of the forest. The ninja's body went still, his senses instantly on high alert. He looked toward the edge of the village where the forest met the first row of houses. Out of the deepest shadows, figures began to emerge. They were not men, they were demons, with skin as dark as coal and eyes that were nothing but black, empty pits. These were the black-eyed demons, creatures of nightmare and chaos, and they were moving toward the unsuspecting village with a terrible, hungry purpose. The peaceful atmosphere of the village shattered in an instant. Screams ripped through the night as the demons descended upon the quiet streets. Doors were thrown open as villagers, woken by the terrifying sounds, tried to flee. People ran in every direction, their faces filled with pure terror. A mother clutched her child, pulling them close as they scrambled for a hiding place. An old man stumbled, his lantern falling and extinguishing in a puff of smoke, plunging the path into darkness. The demons moved with a horrifying speed, their dark forms spreading through the village like a foul plague, bringing fear and chaos with them. The ninja watched from the trees, his heart heavy with the sight of the villagers' panic. He saw them hiding in their cellars, behind stacks of barrels, and under their beds. Their fear was a tangible thing, a cold wave that washed over the entire village. The demons showed no mercy. They overturned carts, smashed windows, and let out guttural roars that echoed ominously between the houses. The villagers held their breath, praying for the nightmare to end. Their world of simple peace, now a place of monstrous terror. They felt helpless, trapped by the sudden and violent invasion of these dark creatures from another world. The ninja knew he could not wait any longer. Every second that passed meant more fear and more danger for the people he had sworn to protect. The sight of their suffering hardened his resolve. He had trained his entire life for moments like this, to stand against the darkness when it threatened to consume the light. He took a deep breath, his hand resting on the hilt of the sword strapped to his back. The time for watching was over. It was time to act. The silent guardian of the woods was about to become the village's only hope against the encroaching tide of black-eyed demons. With a silent leap, the ninja launched himself from the high branches. He moved like a bolt of lightning, a dark streak against the moonlit sky. He landed silently in the center of the village square, right in the path of a hulking demon. The creature turned, its black eyes fixing on the lone warrior. The ninja drew his sword, the polished steel glinting in the pale light. Without a word, he charged forward. His movements were a blur, a whirlwind of precise strikes and fluid dodges. The demon swung its massive claws, but the ninja was too fast, ducking and weaving with impossible grace before delivering a swift, decisive blow. The battle became a dangerous dance. The ninja moved from one demon to the next, his sword a silver extension of his will. He used the village itself as his battlefield, leaping onto rooftops and swinging from wooden beams to gain an advantage. He was a shadow in motion, appearing and disappearing in the blink of an eye. The demons, clumsy and brutal, could not keep up with his speed and skill. He fought not with rage, but with a calm, focused intensity. Each movement was deliberate, each strike was true. He was a master of his art, a warrior fighting with the combined strength of a storm and the quiet focus of a monk. From their hiding places, the villagers watched in awe. They saw the lone figure moving through the chaos, a beacon of courage in the midst of their worst nightmare. They had heard tales of a spirit who watched over the woods, but they never knew if the stories were true. Now they saw him with their own eyes, a real-life hero fighting for their lives. His bravery gave them a sliver of hope. They stayed hidden, their hearts pounding not just with fear, but with a growing sense of wonder and gratitude for the mysterious protector who had emerged from the shadows to defend them. One by one, the black-eyed demons fell. The ninja was relentless, a force of nature that could not be stopped. He moved with an energy that seemed limitless, his determination fueling his every action. The last demon, larger and more fearsome than the rest, let out a final furious roar before charging. The ninja stood his ground, his sword held ready. With a final graceful leap and a powerful strike, he defeated the last of the monstrous invaders. Silence fell over the village once more, but this time it was not a silence of peace, but one of stunned disbelief and immense relief. The danger had passed. As the first light of dawn began to touch the horizon, the villagers slowly emerged from their hiding spots. They looked around at the signs of the struggle, then at the solitary figure standing in the center of the square. He was their savior. Hesitantly at first, and then with growing confidence, they approached him. An elderly woman, the village leader, stepped forward, her eyes filled with tears of gratitude. "Thank you," she said, her voice trembling. "You saved us all. We are forever in your debt. How can we ever repay you for your courage and sacrifice?" The ninja listened quietly, his face still hidden in the shadows of his hood. He sheathed his sword, the soft sound echoing in the morning stillness. He looked at the faces of the villagers, the children, the parents, the elders, and saw the relief and thankfulness shining in their eyes. He gave a slight bow of his head, a gesture of respect. "There's no need for thanks," he said, his voice calm and steady. "I do not seek reward or praise. Your safety is the only payment I require. Knowing that you can live in peace is all that matters to me." His words hung in the air, filled with a deep and sincere humility. The villagers were humbled by his selflessness. This mysterious warrior had risked everything for them, yet he asked for nothing in return. He was not a hero seeking glory. He was a true protector, driven by a powerful sense of duty and a genuine desire to do what was right. The villagers understood then that his protection was not a transaction. It was a gift given freely from a noble heart. A renewed sense of security washed over them, stronger than before, knowing such a guardian watched over them. Before the villagers could say another word, the ninja turned and moved toward the woods. He melted back into the shadows from which he came, disappearing as silently as he had arrived. He left behind a village that was not only safe but also inspired by his incredible act of selfless bravery. The people watched him go, their hearts full of gratitude. They knew that even when they could not see him, their silent guardian was there, watching from the trees. He protected them, not for thanks or for fame, but because it was the right thing to do, a quiet promise kept between a hero and the people he called his own.